Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson, and this is TGO Wyoming, on the move. And this morning, it is another chilly day. The air is brisk and crisp and clean. The sky is blue, and it is just overall a pretty awesome fall day, even with the unseasonably warm weather. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about the weather, because we've already discussed that. Today, we're going to talk about something that I feel very strongly about, and that has made minor appearances in some of my other videos. Today, we're going to talk about vaping. Yes, vaping. Now, I don't believe that there has ever been, in the history of mankind, a more innovative use of technology to help somebody get off of a bad habit. And that's what vaping is. Vaping is a device that delivers nicotine through the use of propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, food flavoring, and pharmaceutical grade nicotine. And basically how it works, if anybody is not familiar with it, is that you have a tank, such as this, that holds the e-liquid, and there is usually what is called a coil, or a heating element of some kind. In the industry, they're called coils for most of the tanks. And that coil is surrounded by a wicking medium, usually cotton or silica. And as you apply voltage to the coil, it is of course resistance-based, it heats up, kind of like your toaster oven or your toaster, all right? So as that heats up, it atomizes the liquid into a vapor. It is not a water vapor, it is a propylene glycol vegetable glycerin vapor. So that's one of the major misconceptions. There's no water in vaping. And if there is, then you're vaping some really bad juice, let me tell you. And you should not be doing that. So, as it is atomized, the vegetable glycerin in the vape, in the e-liquid actually creates the vapor that you see. And of course, everything's atomized and you get your nicotine delivery through your lungs. Now, I'll go ahead and say anything that's not just oxygen in your lungs is not going to be good for you, right? But we're not talking about what's good for you. We're talking about what's better for you. Harm reduction is the way I look at it with this. You know, breathing the air in downtown LA is probably not good for you. Breathing the air in Houston is definitely not good for you. So, if you have to make a choice between smoking a traditional cigarette, or analog cigarettes as they're called in the industry, and vaping, which has been studied extensively and has been proven to be 95% safer than traditional tobacco products, you know, I'm cool with that. I am cool with a harm reduction. I will deal with that 5% because I smoked a pack a day for 10 years. 10 years. And Clayton and I when we started the channel, we were always really good about making sure there were really no cigarettes on the screen. That's not an image that we wanted to encourage, especially if there were younger viewers. Of course, this day and age, there really aren't any younger viewers to this channel. Google Analytics tells me everybody's pretty much between the ages like 25 and 55. So we're all adults here, we'll discuss this. Smoking was a terrible decision. It was like the one rebellious thing I did, and I had no intentions of quitting until I met my now wife. And the poor girl she must have really liked me a lot because she is very allergic to cigarette smoke, and she stuck with me all the way through it. And back when I was at Sportsman's, one of my coworkers had this weird little electronic cigarette. I was like, cool, let me try it. And it tasted amazing, and it had the nicotine. It curbed the craving. So I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. And I started vaping. And, you know, that's been 4 years ago now. And I am now officially, as of July, 3 years, completely 110% tobacco-free. Not a single drag, not a single cheater cigarette, nothing. Absolutely zero tobacco intake in 3 years. And I'm pretty proud of that. And it's really made a major improvement into my quality of life. My lungs feel better, I can breathe better, and I don't wake up coughing and hacking. I mean, I still got to contend with allergies, but I'm way, way cooler with contending with allergies than I am with coughing up black stuff every morning because I'm destroying my lungs. So vaping has been a true massive improvement in my quality of living. And it's also something I enjoy because I always enjoyed smoking. You know, I'm not going to demonize cigarettes and say, oh, they were awful and I just did it for the nicotine. No, I enjoyed smoking. I enjoyed the image of smoking. And it was fun and recreational, but you know what? It was also very, very harmful. And I found an alternative that is less harmful and just as enjoyable, and also gives me the added benefit of tinkering with cool devices. If anybody's out there does vape, this is a Yihai SX Mini M class with a Nautilus full-size tank on it, running a 1.8 ohm coil. So I've got lots of devices. I've really enjoyed it. I go to the conventions. I work in the industry now, and there's just so much good that has come from vaping. It is unbelievable. I mean, I meet people who have smoked for 40 years and have tried patches and gum and Chantix and, you know, all these pharmaceutical grade, you know, remedies, and it hasn't worked for them. They try vaping, 2 weeks later, no more cigarettes. Now, sometimes it takes longer to wean off of them than others, but, you know, it took me about a year to go completely tobacco-free, and then I had a relapse, and then I have been tobacco-free for 3 years. But it works, and it's awesome. So, if you are a smoker and you have any inclination to quit smoking, I highly recommend that you try vaping. Find a good, reputable shop, one that's not going to push you around or make you buy stupid stuff. Get the appropriate nicotine level for the amount of cigarettes that you smoke a day, and that'll really help bring it down, because you will eventually drop nicotine quantity, the level of nicotine that you're using, the longer you vape. Your body just naturally starts rejecting it, and you need to go lower and lower and lower. And that's a really cool thing. Cigarettes don't make you wean off of cigarettes. Vaping makes you wean off of vaping. So it's fantastic. If you guys have any questions about vaping at all and how it pertains to being, you know, an outdoorsman, a survivalist, a prepper, let me know, because it is a good quality of improvement of quality of life. And I think that's really important, and your health is important. And if you can get off the traditional tobacco, you know, if you chew, if you smoke, if you can get away from that, you're going to see an improvement, and that's worth it. And that'll definitely benefit us as, you know, times get tougher. And so, and if you're just out for a hike, man, I can tell you what, the post-smoking Lee versus the pre-smoking Lee can certainly handle the hills a hell of a lot better. It's just a major improvement. So hopefully you guys have found this video entertaining and or educational, and if you have, please let me know in the comment box below. Yes, the comment box below. I read all the comments, and I try to get back to most of them. So yeah, leave me a comment. Talk about vaping. You know, this is a subject I could really, really go into for a long time, but I'm at work, so it's time for coffee. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more great videos. I can't talk this morning. I need my coffee. That's what it boils down to. I need my coffee. Any engagement with the channel definitely helps. And if you guys feel like helping in a monetary fashion, if you've got more money than you know what to do with and is burning a hole in your pocket, go ahead and donate to the channel. I always throw that little annotation in there. It'll help me with new equipment, both video and things to review, and basically just keep this channel running. And of course, your views are much appreciated. So as always, thanks for watching. Stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll see y'all next time.